Shambho Mahadeva. So Upakosala understood that it is because of his negativity. This is a quality of disciple, you see. Instead of just complaining that I did not get Diksha, having undergone the training under the efficient Satyakama, the great Guru who is very highly knowledgeable, Upakosala understood that. He did not tell a word, neither he has scolded him. Why did you do? So many years you have taken. Or why I am not giving. Even the wife has told that he should, why you poor fellow, you must give him Diksha. He did not give. He simply, quietly, without any reactions to that. There is no reaction, because there is no necessity of any reaction. He found it is not necessary for him to explain the disciple why he did not get it. Why? Because under so many years of training, under so many years of imparting of the knowledge, perceiving the knowledge, sure that the disciple has achieved some qualities in order to understand why it has not happened. And not only that, invariably the Satyakama being the Guru, he could visualize that what is, he understands it or not. That also he knows, the Guru knows, whether the disciple, whatever the disciple is thinking also he knows. You see, you must have seen that yesterday's episode of this Mahadev. What Andhak was thinking, he is knowing it. Even Narada told, you see, his bhava inside him is not right. No? That means, you see, they can get the reactions. It's not the language it's spoken or it is not speaking that is necessary. The transition of the emotions, that's how the plants and trees and animals, they get you. Their sensory system is definitely higher. You see, even if you walk with hatred near the tree, near the plant, they know it. Because they get this information, even though the language is not spoken there. Then you can imagine how about if a tree and plant can understand what you are thinking, how one Guru should not be knowing it, or a Devata should not be knowing it. So this is what it shows, that even though, but we think that nobody knows because you are thinking. You think that is the thinking that is within you and it's not known. But you should always remember that the thinking is done. Thinking is an abstract. It is not done by any organ. The thinking is not done by any organ. The thinking is done, we call it as a mind, because thought itself is a mind. It's not the mind is thinking. The thought itself is the mind. It is not the mind, even though we, for practical purposes, we say that the mind is thinking. You see, I am thinking is okay, but mind is thinking is not alright. Because mind is the thought. Yes. So the thought itself is the one which is thinking, and it is this thought which comes from where? From the Atma only, from the memories that is stored in the Udana, by the Udana. So that which is there already is revealed, and this revelation is done through a medium which is called as a space. The space outside and space inside is same. As we learned in Upanishad earlier, Ishavasya Upanishad, the space inside the Ghada and space outside the mud pot is the same. Only the mud wall is, we think that there is a wall and it is dividing. It is not dividing. It's the same. So same way, the thought that is there outside, what we call as outside, even though it's not outside, the thought what is happening, we think it is inside the skull, inside some of the nervous system, inside the flesh and bones. Inside that there is a secret chamber where the thoughts are being, come. So with all these obstacles here, how somebody can know about it? That's why people also ask that, how did you know that what I am thinking? It is here. It's not necessary to go inside you and to find out what you are thinking, because the thought is all over. What you are thinking is all over. It's not inside here that what we are thinking. Is it? Is it not that what we are all thinking? That the thought of mine is inside me, it is not outside? Yes. I'm sure everyone is thinking like that only. My thought, we say, it is inside me. It is not inside you. It is not at all inside you. It is happening inside you. The thought revelation is happening to you, but the thought is everywhere. The thought is in your experience. Where are you? It is the problem, or the problem has come. It's not anybody's fault, you see, none of our fault, because the concept is that that always I understood me as my body, Sharira. So Sharira has limitations. So I thought my thought also has limitations, and it has to be captured only in my limited body. In the limited body, in the limited brain, in skull. We call it as a skull. Inside that. One thing we should remember, that they are all conductive. Is it not good? Body. When you stand on the earth, when an electricity passes through, you get the shock. That means you are a conductive material. You are transparent. Yes. Because when there is cold outside, you are feeling cold inside. When there is hot outside, it's outside. You are transparent. You are conductive. You are a conduct. You are a transparent. When that is happening, is it not that, let us think that the thought is also inside, is it not that the same transparency can take place for a thought also? That what is thinking inside can go out? When the heat and cold can come inside, this heat and cold can go out also, is it not? Same way, that knowledge which is prevalent is the one which we are utilizing. It's all utilization. So our outlook has to be different. When we say that, when we are looking at the body, we will never be able to understand that my thought is everywhere. I will always think my thought is only in my head, in my mind, is it? Again, mind has come. We spoke a lot about the mind. We spoke that the mind is nothing but the thought and the emotions put together. And they are all where? They are all in the intellectual centers. It's not the mind. What is that? That reflective part of the intellectual center is called the mind, through which a reflection is done. Suppose there is a space. When I flash a torch light, the light is traveling through those molecules of the atmosphere, and the light is being transmitted to you. You say that you are able to see the light. If there is a dark cloud, and if you light the torch light, you are unable to see that. Why? Because there is no transparency in that. The traveling is obstructive there, and the material that which is molecules which are there, which has to be transporting this light from one molecule to the other, get obstructed by the light not passing through, is the principle. We all know this. So in the same way, the thought is also like that. If there are other thoughts or other things that is obstructing it, that thought doesn't take place. Otherwise that thought takes place. And when the thought is taking place, It is all over, it is around you, it is inside you, inside your body, outside your body, everywhere, the thought. The thought is not, it's not a captive. It's not that captured by you and it is kept in kept as a captive, I call it, in a prison. That is only inside you, what we call it as a mind, which is a restricted field. No, it is not that. Mind, definitely, its limitations are there. Limitations to understand is there. It is not, the limitation doesn't mean that limited space. But the space is the one which is the agent, which is revealing or storing the thoughts that is necessary for you, which is known as the udana, which is passing through. This udana is an instrument which passes through these old memories and our previous experiences, whatever previous experiences, what we call it as a past life experiences, through the intellectual center to a reflective space. That space is called mind, is it not? When it is projected negative, when the results are projected negative, so we call it as a negative mind. When it is projected positive, we call it as a positive mind, is it not? And through that only the experiences, we start experiencing them. Am I clear? Is it not? That space? Yes. So same way. So what we said here, that yes. So you can understand very well. The man who is not limited and restricted only in the body, because of his jnanam, he is everywhere. A guru who is a jnani, an embodiment of the jnanam, he is not restricted in this body, what he has got. This body is necessary for him for particular purpose. But his jnanam is not restricted by his body. He is in the atmosphere. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmam. He being the Brahman, yes, what happens? He is all over. He is everywhere. When he is everywhere, the space what we call, this is same, exactly same as that we misunderstand the space is inside the mud pot which I am carrying. Outside space is different. Is it not? I am carrying the mud pot, so the space inside is different, outside is different. This is what I am always thinking. It's exactly same. But for him, for the one who knows the outside, this mud wall is no more restriction to experience. The experiencing of the space outside and inside is continuously going on. The mud pot is porous, transparent. No, it's porous, it's transparent. In fact, the inside space is traveling out and outside space is traveling inside. And the same cycle keeps on going. What we call it as, let me call it as inside and outside, just for an explanation. There is a wall. So it keeps on moving from in and out. So is there any then in and out? If it is able to move out and in, is there any in and out then? There is no in and out. Both are same. There is no difference at all. Yes. Is it not? Same way. The thought that is there inside the disciple is known to the person, known to Guru, absolutely wise. He is all over. Whereas he is concentrated. One is that concentration and one is known as the attention. Yes. Concentration is that concentrating to a capsule and to a particular point, which does not allow it to expose or perceive anything around that. Attention is not that. Attention is all over, all around. Whatever is happening, everything is there. Yes. So that is why attention or alertness, it is known as. Concentration is different. Alertness and attention is different. A guru is always in the attention and alertness. When you are meditating, you are on concentration to only one point when you are not aware of anything else. This is only in order to practice or tame the tone of the mind, for not not getting intruded by the other thoughts, even though only one thought is there at that time. So that is why we call it as concentration. Concentration is necessary only for certain things. After that, it is not concentration. It's not necessary. It will not be necessary. Why? Because the mind itself will not be there to concentrate. For that, mind is necessary. Whereas in this case, what happens? When he becomes a jnani, when he becomes the knowledge himself, when he becomes the embodiment of the jnanam, you must understand that we are not explained earlier. Why? Because it's difficult to perceive also. Today I think we should be able to understand it. Why? Because we had been discussing on these lines. So when the Guru is having the jnanam, he is no more necessary, or there is no more he, or there is no more mind to concentrate on something, because there is no subject and object. If there is a subject and object different, then only the subject can concentrate on the object. Yes? When there are two, when there is a subject and when there is an object, then only a concentration is required. Am I right? When there is no subject and when there is no object, who will concentrate on whom? Am I right? Then what happens? Alertness and attention. Who is attending? Jnanam is attending. What is he attending to? Jnanam. Yes. Attending is done by the jnanam. Attention is done by the jnanam. Who is he attending to? Jnanam. What is he experiencing? Jnanam. Yes. What is the result of experience? Jnanam. No karta, no bhokta. When there is karta, then only there is bhokta. When the one who is necessary for to concentrate, so you don't think that concentration is necessary for a Brahman, for an Ishvara. We say Ishvara is all over. I'm just telling you what is it called. What we think as attention is inferior to concentration, is it not? This is the main concept everywhere. Rather, concentration is much more superior to attention. Yes, something like that. Yes, which is because that's difficult. Concentration is more difficult, and it is difficult. We also have attention, but our attention is perverted. It is not constant. It is not steady. It's not the attention which is proper. We cannot call it as attention actually. Our attention, if there is an attention, if I am attending, what do you mean by I am attending? Let us small discussions on that. Let us do that. Then only it will be clear. I am going to attend a wedding. Let me come to a common language. To attend a wedding, you have to be a part of the wedding. You are attending the wedding. And while you are attending, everything that is happening in the wedding, you are aware. That is going on there, food is going on here, people are coming here, decoration is there, lighting is there, music is there, that is there, guests are there, coming and going. Everything you have to attend. And you are attending everything at the same time. You don't feel that you are attending specifically something. So you are attending a wedding. In wedding, these are all part of wedding, is it not? It's not wedding is that two, one boy and a girl going around the fire and putting mala and sitting together. It's not only the wedding. Am I right? You're getting it? Wedding is inclusive of each and everything. You are walking, you are having the rain, you are having it's cold and it is somebody is eating that, the food is served and the guests are coming and going, people are dressed up and everything you have registered, is it not? Somebody had wearing the ornaments, somebody not wearing ornaments, everything you are attending. And also you have seen that the wedding is also going on. What is that? Attention. What happened? In attention, what happened? You are not particularly seeing a particular activity. You are seeing the whole unit as one. The whole thing put together is wedding, is it not? Even though actual wedding is not that. When you ask me what is the actual wedding is only those boys going around the fire and putting mala and exchanging rings, and that is called attending wedding. Are you really, if you are concentrating, you will suppose I say concentrate on wedding, then you will concentrate only on that wedding, because wedding is only that. Nothing is, the other things are all not a wedding actually. Concentrating on wedding, you will be coming to that two persons getting married, that activity of that is only concentrating. That means you are not attending anything else. Whereas when you are attending the wedding, that means the whole thing is registered inside you. And by seeing all these things, you have, do you think that you have not seen that the boy and girl got married? That also you have seen. You have attended the wedding. Along with that, you have attended everything. But even though you have attended, you are among that, you are among that, and you are involved in it. Even though you are involved in it, what did you say? I attended the wedding. What is attended? I attended the wedding. Is it not? Not that I was involved in the wedding. No, it doesn't mean that. I attended the wedding means I attended that. I attended this. I attended that. I attended this means my attendance was there. I am not involved in it. No, I was present there. I was present there. It's just attention. So when the Guru has got that jnanam, his attention is there. When his attention is the jnanam, that means everything that is happening in the jnanam is known to him. Am I right? Yes. So in the jnanam, where is the disciple sitting? Sitting in the jnanam. So when he is sitting in the jnanam and thinking something, or the thoughts going around him is happening, like the boy and girl getting married, among all the 100 of activities going on, when he is experiencing these things, he is also experiencing that. So when he is experiencing the whole knowledge, what is happening in the mind of disciple is also seen, attending. Is it difficult? All activities are seen, isn't it? I am just making you understand what is the attention. Now do you find is it impossible? Is it impossible for a guru to know what is the disciple thinking? It's not at all impossible, because it is there in the present. In the wedding everything is happening, everybody is seeing. You also seeing. Suppose you are concentrating only on one thing, then you are tend to miss out certain things. It's called concentration. You require concentration only to tone up the mind in order to be at one place, in order to teach a discipline in the meditation. That is all for the concentration. Once after that concentration is done, one becomes a Brahmajnani, he doesn't have any concentration required. Then it is only attention. Is that clear? It should not be misunderstood. It doesn't mean concentration is not necessary. No, it's not that. When you are listening something, concentration is necessary. Why? Because you should not be able to. You should not be. Because this is a matter which has to be concentrated on. Because you have to get the concentrate from that, you see. Yeah. And not only that, when you are concentrating on this, you should also understand when you are listening to it, the listening is an art. Listening is an art, they say. And it is true. Why? Because the art is very difficult. Even though we think listening is automatically happening, and it is very easy because everybody has got an open ear. There is no shutters for that. Mind, even though Mind can intentionally close a shutter and can definitely, the closest sound can be not heard and the distant sound can be heard. If one wants, they can do it. It's possible, is it not? We all do it also. We can do it. Well, what I am trying to tell you is that listening is an art. It's in the sense, in Vedanta, when an Upanishad is heard or when the Vedanta being explained, it is not only the words that are heard. That's why they say that you have to be present. You have to be present. You have to be present in the sense, your attention, not concentration, your attention should be there totally on the jnanam that is being revealed from the Guru, from the third eye. Why? Because it is not only the words that is there. Words will go and come to you, and those words which are coming to you is not simply registered inside you as the words spoken by me. No, then only the problem comes. That is why we have to remember that. When the words spoken by me, it is not the words spoken by me. The words are listened by the indriya of the ear. But when you have an attention to the third eye of the Guru, what happens? These words listened by the Shravanendriya is converted by the jnanam when it is projected on the third eye. The moment the Shravana goes inside, when you have attention on the third eye of the Guru, when he reveals, when he speaks words. What are the words coming from? The words are coming from here actually, and the jnanam is projected, the meaning of the word and the jnanam of the word. And I say Brahman, the Brahman is present here. And the disciple, when he listens to the Brahman, he understands the meaning of the Brahman, but he to understand the listening the Brahman, not understanding the meaning, he is listening the word of Brahman, but in order to understand what is the meaning of Brahman, there is no translation done. Immediately, when the attention is on the third eye, the word of Brahman is converted into Brahman inside the disciple. That is why imparting of the knowledge is what we call it as imparting the knowledge, not teaching. Not teaching. He is not a teacher, he is not a student. That's why they call it as a Guru, or they call it as a Jnani, Tapasvi, or whatever name you call it, and then the disciple. Why? Because the Brahman has to be projected. Then only the meaning of that, the tattva of that, the Shastra hidden in that can be revealed. It is not understood. It is because mind doesn't have the capacity to understand. When I say Brahman, you listen Brahman, very simple word. You just write it. Anybody can write, anybody can listen. That's all. Now what is the Brahman? Now expand the Brahman. What is Brahman? Blank. Finish. That's the end of it, is it not? After the word, there is no meaning. How to explain? That which is not known, which cannot be seen, verse come verse. Which cannot be seen, which cannot be understood, which cannot be explained, which is not truth, which is not lie, which is not word, which is not white, which is not black, is called Brahman. That's all one can say through the words. Yes. But when a tapasvi says Brahman, look at him, his body changes, his mind changes, his tone changes, his atmosphere changes, the surroundings changes to be the presence of the Brahman. The moment he speaks Brahman, the whole thing changes. Whereas the word spoken Brahman, written Brahman, doesn't make any of these changes because that projection is not there. So when that's why they say that. This is called the imparting of the knowledge. In order to attain that, this is what Upakosla said. When Satyakama was teaching, he was busy attending the fires. He was maintaining the fires, Agni. He was doing the service, very good, perfectly all right. But what happened? He did not attend the Guru. See, it's a very big principle. And I speak on that. Why they do the seva to the Bhagwan? You see, Devi Mahal, I'm not talking about ordinary Guru and Shishya, forget about it. Mahalakshmi is, even though, okay, it's big, we can say it's not existing. Okay. Mahavishnu lying down, Mahalakshmi always at the feet. Okay. Mahalakshmi is sitting only at the feet. I think that's the general scene, pictures we have seen always, everywhere we saw that, no? Why?
She didn't attend.
That's it. The wealth without jnanam is arrogance. Somebody given money who doesn't understand the money, they become arrogant. We have seen it around us. What money makes? Spoils. It's not improving, isn't it? So it's a destructive. Wealth is creating a destructive characteristics in something. Mahalakshmi being wealth, everybody wants it. Wealth. Destructive. Being there, what happens? Mahavishnu is one who is a protector of the universe. So the wealth that is there, which can, even though it's an upadhi for survival, even though it's an upadhi, that upadhi has to, when it is concentrating, attending, the imparting the knowledge which is constantly coming from Mahavishnu, whether he is closing the eyes or opening the eyes, constantly his revelation of the jnanam of the protection of the universe. Why wealth has been made? To protect the universe. It's a part of the utility. So, Mahalakshmi, being the wealth, goddess of wealth, have to be in relation with the utility for the purpose of protection of the universe. So, individually, independently, the wealth cannot take care of the balancing of the universe. So, it has to have the jnanam with the wealth. So to have the jnanam, this has to constantly, not once, not twice, once in a day, no. Constantly it has to be associated with the jnanam, which is coming from the third eye of the Vishnu, is why he is at the feet. See, not? Same way. Why there are gurus and disciples, when the Shishya is sitting there, gurus are sitting, the whole attention during the process of the Gurukula Vidyabhyasa, when he is teaching, not teaching, he is working. It's not only sitting classes of sitting, Sitting classes were probably very few hours in a day, not much. Rest is all the observance of the Guru. How does he live? How is he thinking? The disciple should be able to connect with him constantly. It is something like a connection, an invisible internet connection. Internet connection with the Guru and disciple has to be created. This happens only by faith. By dedication and devotion, what happens? He creates an interlink with him. So the moment he thinks, he knows. You must have seen in Puranas and other things, they say that when he thinks, knows. Same thing happens to the other one also, because both in the space, the thought happens in this space. That is why he is able to understand that. This capacity of understanding can come only by the devotion and dedication. The ownership of the swarthata in this, what happens? The Kartrutva Bodha and Bhoktatva Bodha is not there. Why? Because the ownership of the Sharira is no more there. Here what happens, it is only the Jnanam. As far as the Guru is concerned, it is the Jnanam. So what happened, Satyakama, when he knows that, he kept silently the Jnanam. Here what happens, physically, not that physically the Guru walking away, the Jnanam that is there has not responded to the Ajnanam that was there in Upakosala, is the meaning of it. The Jnanam is the Guru, walked away without giving him the Diksha, is that the Jnanam did not respond or react to the Avidya, the Ajnanam that is prevalent. So the Ajnanam and Avidya has to have convert that Avidya and Ajnanam to Jnanam, so that Jnanam will respond and react. Is it not clear? So when the disciple, when he releases those, what he said, what did he say last time I told this? Mental, so the thoughts of duty, sorrows, mental sorrows caused by non-accomplishment of what should have been done, tending in various directions towards what should be done. Asmi, I am filled with them. Is that what is the commitment? Therefore, I shall not eat. He refused to eat. The problem comes from there. So what is it? Upakosala said, I won't eat. Why? Because I cannot. Why? Because I am filled with this. When I am filled with, how did he know that? You see, this is what I am trying to tell you. The disciple knew why the Guru did not respond, did not qualify him for that. Why? Because he knew it. Why? He thought. He knows that even though he has taken the pains to take care of the servicing of the fire, which is very vital. Fire is Jnanam, fire is light. So he was taking care of the light, but he did not have the attention to the Guru. The attention to the Guru, when the Jnanam is being imparted, he was not able to perceive it. Why? Because his mind was only occupied in maintaining the fire or maintaining the light, but not perceiving it inside him. Yes. What does it mean? That, let me put it this way, if a student or if a disciple learns the things what I am saying is as by heart, he is maintaining exactly the fires, the knowledge, the light. Yes? He is by hearting it and repeating it. Now what happened? What is that he is repeating? Is that the maintenance of the light that is being projected. That's all. He did not take that light into him. He did not perceive that light in him. He was maintaining the fires. He did not become the fire. Why? Because his perception was not there. That is why he had in him these negativities, accomplishment, sorrows and sadness, and then non-accomplishment. This sort of attitude has come only because he himself knows that he did not attend to it. When he did not attend to it, he was only able to enjoy that which is projected by him, but not perceiving inside him. This is what happened. That he knew. That he knew. The disciple knew that. I missed that point. He knew it. That's why this has happened. Because ultimately, when everything is ended, he left with no knowledge. He only left with the result of the service he has done. That's all. That is there. The service he has done. That is there. So that's why everybody said, he served very well. What did the wife say? He served very well to maintain the fire. Nobody said that he has become knowledgeable as you are. What is the requirement here? The requirement is that the Jnanam, the embodiment of the Jnanam, who is Guru, wants the disciple to be the Jnanam. then only the true Guru, who is an embodiment of Jnanam, can respond in the right manner to the disciple who becomes the Jnanam. If the Jnanam is there and the disciple is not the Jnanam, if the disciple has not perceived the Jnanam, how responding takes place? Responding doesn't take place. And the Guru silently went off. See how deeply they have meant. That's why these things cannot be written. Guru did not win silence without telling one word. He walked off, he said. That's what he writes. Jnanam did not respond to Ajnanam is the meaning. And next, I also told that, if you remember, correct? Neither he scolded him, nor he blamed him, nor he pointed out what is his mistake, is what I said. Do you remember that? What does it mean? Vedantically, what does it mean? And Jnanam, through the Jnanam. He, Guru being the embodiment of the Jnanam, Jnanam did not respond to disciple. Why? Because the disciple did not become the Jnanam. Now, the other one. What is the other one? That did not scold, did not advise, did not blame, did not tell. What is called that? What is that? That's called reaction. There was an action from the disciple, so the Guru should react that, oh, you did a mistake, is why I have not done this. It's a reaction, it's not a responding. It's not responding. So he being, so again I am repeating, the Jnanam being the Guru, being the Jnanam, Jnanam did not respond to the disciple. Why? Because the disciple is not Jnanam there. In this case, he did not react. Who? Guru did not react. Guru being the Jnanam did not react to the Ajnanam expressed by the disciple is because when I tell you, know, because the swabhava of the Jnanam is not to react, only to respond. Is why he did not say, why did you do this, why should I have done this, why should I have done this? Nothing. The Jnanam never reacts. Alright? So he did not scolded him, did not tell him, did not blame him, did not advise him, no comments on that. Jnanam, because it's not the swabhava of the Jnanam to react, because when it is reacting, it's not Jnanam. The one who reacts is not Jnani. That which is reacting is not Jnanam. And responding only to the Jnanam is responding. Both were not there. So what the Jnanam will do? Quietly walk off is what the Satyakama did here in the case of Upakosala. Right? The same thing you should connect with the yesterday's serial, whatever. See, everything is Upanishad, you know. Bhagavan goes to Chhandogya. Have you noticed the discussions that to become the Bhayankara and Sadhak and Ghatak. To be a Ghatak or to be a Sadhak. Bhagavan could easily say what you should do. What did he say? Neither he has responded nor he reacted. This is the meaning. Because he being the Jnanam, the other one is not acting. So he said what he said, that no, it is expressing there. Why? Because we have to understand it. Yes. He said, it is you who has to have you have to choose to be a sadhak or to be a ghatak. You have to choose. After choosing that, I will tell you what should be done. He did not tell him what he should do. One is that Uddhara, another is, one is that he has to take the Uddhara to go up, and the other one is Adamam, or whatever it is. What did he say, that particular word he said?
Mahan and Bhayankar.
Mahan and Bhayankar.
And Udhar and Sudhar.
Udhar and Sudhar. So that is correct. Mahan and Bhayankar. One is Mahan, one is Bhayankar. Udhar and Sudhar. Udhar and Sudhar, whatever it is. This has to be chosen by you. Whatever you want, you will get it. So you choose that, is what he said. No? This is exactly what relates to this. There it is spoken by him, but normally it is not spoken. But when it is identified as the jnanam and the ignorance, the jnanam neither will respond nor will react. Did he react? For his andhaga's ignorance, did he react? He did not react. Did he respond? He did not respond. He came only to make him aware that there are things like this. The same thing as done by Upakosala, Satyakama to Upakosala during the waking up studies. He chose to maintain only the fires, not attentive. But along with that, maintaining the fires, he should have had the attention, observance of the Guru, not only observance of the light. Yes. It's not only the virtues of the Guru, the results of the Guru, what he is doing, or the miracles he is making, he is doing it. Like, like many of them, they do the miracles. One is attracted towards the miracles only. It's not the miracle is only a part of the Guru's jnanam, that's all. But that is not what I require. I require the Guru, who is a jnanam, embodiment of the jnanam. I know I'm not interested in the results that what he is creating. No. But today's world, when there is some miracle is being done, all flock towards that. What for? Only because of that miracle. Yes. Only because of that external objective miracle could be created. So everybody flocks to that. Is it Brahmanandam? No. In order to have the Brahmanandam, the miracle that he is projecting it is only an attraction, and it is only being an objective desire that is being created. One should be able to reject it and accept the Brahman himself. Yes. In one of the episodes, you must have noticed that the fisherman and his wife, who did not have children, they prayed to Bhagavan. Even though they wanted a child, but when he appeared, presented himself, the man said, one of them said that, after seeing you and after having your darshan, this is the most saubhagya, param saubhagya that we have got in our life. What can we ask from you? The maximum what is possible to be attained by a human has been attained by being in your presence. Now what object result what I should have? He, did not think about it. Should be the approach. Not for the things that he gives. No. He can give many things, that's a different thing. You give me this, he will grant you the boon, okay, you get it. When you get that thing, you did not get him. When you get him, everything is yours. This is what is required. Why I am saying all this. You must understand the context very clearly, then only the Upanishad can be understood properly. But by reading this, Upakosala, did serve the fires. Satyakama, without qualifying him, walked in silence, is the sentence. This is what we have explained now. And that is Upanishad. Yeah, sutras. That is Upanishad. That's what we should require. So the mind goes only into those attractions and attachments to the physical comforts, discomforts, enjoyments and pleasures. Whereas the absolute truth, which I think what we call it as a thought, is mine. The emotions are mine. Everything is, when we are containing it ourselves, we are taking the ownership of it. So automatically, you only, being the karta, you become the bhokta. You only create that bhoktatva bodham. When the kartutva bodham is not there, in order to have that, when this knowledge is available, when this knowledge comes to you, you will not have that kartutva bodham. As I told you, the thought, you are owning your thought and you are manifesting and manipulating the thought which is there in the existence. Let me go a little more, I don't know whether it is too much or tough, but it is necessary to understand many things. Then only the truth will be understood. Not superficial. Earlier we used to speak superficial. Now we have to go more. That's why the sannyasa, these are all, for sannyasis, these things are necessary to understand. Even though it is the experience of the past karma, janma, we say it is accumulated by the udana into the antakarana, and those experiences are the ones which is creating the thoughts and then comes to you and makes you to attend to it and act upon that in order to exhaust them. Then you are getting the mukti. That is a prarabdha. From the prarabdha and sancheta karma and the agami karmas, because of your action, karma yoga, because of your action, that's why karma yoga is important. Action in the sense, not action by hands and legs. Even one doesn't have hands and legs. By the thinking and by the execution of the karmas in the present janma, this can be done. So action is not by any organs. By the action, then this can be eliminated and you can get the karma mukti. Right? That is why one is born. So you are getting an opportunity for the reactions and actions that has been assimilated inside you. Yes. By way of executing a particular karma in a particular manner, in particular discipline, you are able to nullify them, exhaust them. Exhaust them in the sense, where it goes, it doesn't go anywhere. As I told many times, it gets disintegrated into the act of the good, that's all. Where is the dirty, stinking manure that is put under the tree and the plant goes to? The beautiful fragrant flower or a sweet fruit. The same dirty, stinking cow dung and other things, they are absorbed into it and makes a beautiful rose, apple, mangoes. Yes, they become the fruit, is it not? The past karmas that is there as a prarabdha, by an action in this janma, can be converted into beautiful fragrance and sweet fruit. Is it not? It's called exhausting that dirt into the beauty of it. And after making it, what happens? The plant doesn't use the rose flower, the tree doesn't eat the mangoes. It's given to karma phala, it's given to Ishvara visit. This is how to exhaust the karmas. Is it clear? Now what happens? Those which are there as a prarabdha in human beings, when it comes into us, these thoughts that will be there. Definitely, no doubt about it. We say always prarabdha. Prarabdha is there. But when that prarabdha is there, even though these informations are there which are supposed to be exhausted, they will show up their actions and reactions. Is it not? When the cow dung is not as soon as it is put, it becomes a flower. No. They have to get diluted through the water. It becomes absolutely, diluted into the water so that the roots can draw the essence of it. Not the cow dung is being taken. The essence of it is being purified and then number of times purified through many number of cells that is there inside the stems and roots and many places, and converts into various, because of various actions and reactions that is taking place, it is taking a shape and fragrant of the beautiful flower. Same way, if that karma, that your past karma, which is a cow dung, let us say, is come into you because of your thoughts, what are the purification process? Purification process is only through the thoughts. It's a very important thing. Please understand this. Purification process of that karma, whatever karma it is, forget about it. It has happened. Cow dung cannot be made a flower, whatever you do. Whichever way you do, the cow dung or the manure cannot be converted into a flower, is it not? Unless it goes through this plant only. Alright? Same way, the karma phala that you have done has to go through you only in order to make it nullified. Is that clear? So when the purification, what is called purification? When this cow dung or this prarabdha, in order to, when you are taking it and consuming it, in order to consume it, it's meant for consuming, for your consumption. Why? Because you have to exhaust it. For your exhausting the karma, you have to do the purification. The purification can be done only through jnanam, dedication, devotion, upasana, and nididhyasana. When that is applied, as I told you, dharmic way of living, we said, no, last time also we said that. When that is applied to the karma phala, the karma phala is put through the process of purification of these processes like devotion, dedication, and then nitidhyasana, upasana, and jnanam of the Vedic jnanam. Through this, when this prarabdha karma is processed, when this comes out of this, what happens? It gets nullified. The fruit of that doesn't belong to you anymore. Why? Because of the jnanam, the jnani reveals it in this space, in the atmosphere. And when it is released, it becomes a bliss for you. And when it becomes a bliss for you, you become a brahmajnani. When you become a brahmajnani, the prarabdha karma or the sancheta karma or agami karma is no more there. Is it not? Some of the plants, they fruit and flower only seasonal. After that season is over, some of the trees will live only certain times. After that it goes. Some of them, they live long. Banyan trees, yes, they live 300, 400, 600, 700, till the roots again come back. From the roots it has gone up, from the branches again the root have come up, and from the roots again the trees have come up, again the roots have come, and they live 600, 700 years. I think we have heard about it, yes, thousands of years. Who are they? Tapasvis and jnanis who produce and reproduce the jnanis, one after the shades, which doesn't have any karma at all, which doesn't have any prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, agami karma. It grows and it never gets destroyed because there are no karmas. They are not executing a karma. Yes, they are just growing like that. Same way. Just an example. I've taken a tree, that's all. Just an example. Yes. Some of them are only for 2 months. After that they die, the plants. Some trees are for some time, but this tree for years together. The stability, purification process is very strong. Why? Why? Because the banyan tree is the one which gives oxygen for others throughout the night and day. Is it not? That's the quality of that banyan tree, you know that? So the fruit, he doesn't have any kartutva bodha. The fruit that has been created, the result that has been created by him, given to the world. He's a jnani, tapasvi, a guru. A jnanam, that's a jnani. So, the guru distributes that jnanam constantly. Does he have any death? Is he born again? No. Is he dying? Is he being born? Nothing. Both are not there. Why? Because it's a constant process which is continuously flowing through his third eye. Is a jnanam. Why? Because for the benefit of the disciples to undergo the process of the purification, learn and undergo the process of purification, so that he also becomes, he is able to purify the prarabdha karma through the process of the practices that he does, and then execute that karma through that process and come out without any attachment and attraction and then results of it, in the sense there is no bhokta there, karta is not there, bhokta is not there. So karma mukti he gets. He gains the karma mukti. In order to make him that's why he is known as a saint. A saint is a sannyasi. Nyasate iti sannyasaha. The one who attains the truth is sannyasi. The one who attains the truth, or he is sannyasi, is that the one who is looking for the truth. One who attains the truth. When he attains the truth, does he require the prarabdha nor the jnanam? Is also not required there. Purification is necessary for those what are necessary for purifying it. After becoming purified, does he require purification process? Doesn't require. He becomes a Brahmajnani, Brahma Sakshatkari. That's how he becomes a Brahma Sakshatkari. Constantly he is in the Brahman. We will be doing the meditation after 1 week, or maybe 2-3, a few shlokas are there. After that we do some meditations of these things. So you have to understand what I am speaking, otherwise your meditation will go only as a concentration. That's all. That should not happen. Okay. So now you got it? What is the meaning of the Satyakama walking off? Now the wife said, why don't you give him? He has done the service. What happened? That also we told. It's only a reaction and responding to it, said about it. So the jnana, that is called the guru, that's called the jnana. We should understand that whatever is said and done, this process is absolutely necessary. So you don't think that you are confined. We all say that your thoughts are confined in you. Nobody else will know. You only know what you are thinking. Is a wrong concept. The one who is above the thought level, he can see all the thoughts. The one who is entangled with his thought, naturally he is unable to see the other thoughts. Why? He is always busy with seeing his own thoughts. You see? Why you are not able to see, or somebody who is not able to see, he is entangled in his thought only. He has to get disentangled from his thought, then he can see the other thoughts. This disentanglement is known as detachment. Yes. What happened? Otherwise, I require this, I need this. How, when I say I require it, I need it, I want it, I will enjoy it, I will drink it, I will sleep, I will die, I will breathe, I will see, I will hear. Where is the time to see whether the other one can hear or not? The other one can see or not. Do you have time? No. Always, constantly, I am seeing, I am eating, I am sleeping, I am smelling, I am hearing, I am listening, I am eating, I am having it, I am throwing it, I am finding it, I am getting it, I am love. I am involved only in my thoughts constantly, and I don't even know that thought is right or wrong. Why? Because there is no time, because I am involved in it. So I am unable to see whether I am right or wrong. So the Guru says, just for some time, leave all that, concentrate on the Guru, which is the Jnanam. Do Upasana, dedicate. What is dedication? Shraddha and Bhakti. Bhakti is an emotion. Shraddha is a skill. Yeah, no? It's what do you call it? Yes, it's a skill. It's an effort, is it not? Shraddha, to have Shraddha, it's a skill. Or it's a
Expression.
huh?
Expression.
It's not expression. Bhakti is an expression, that's emotion. Emotion only can be expressed. Shraddha is the quality. It can be quality, it can be what did I say? It can be a skill, Shraddha. No, to have the Shraddha, to be in that stable, that's a skill. I will not move from this. I will have constant Shraddha is that. Shraddha or not alone. Shraddha will not function alone. Shraddha, that's why we always say Shraddha and Bhakti. They have to function together. Then only it goes better. That's a combination. They cannot independently function. Shraddha without Bhakti cannot be done. Bhakti without Shraddha cannot be done. So Shraddha and Bhakti, dedication and devotion. Devote and dedicate. What is dedication? Dedicating me in the sense my thoughts, my karmas, my virtues, my everything. Dedicate. Dedication. How to dedicate? How can I dedicate? I cannot. Dedication is a capacity. Dedication is a reserve. That what you have, that you want to dedicate. Now how can I dedicate it? I cannot give it. I have it. Now suppose somebody has it. How to give it? Because I don't know how to extend my hands. Somebody has to tell you how to extend your hands so that you can give it. Is it not? Who will tell? Nobody. So I will hold it only. So dedication is that. I want to give it is dedication. Devotion is that. I want to give it. Bhakti. Expression of emotion. Extend your hand so that you can give it. So, Shraddha and Bhakti. Shraddha is an intention. Shraddha is a skill. Shraddha is an intention. Shraddha is a quality. Shraddha is one want to purify one. No, that path. One want to purify. Now how to purify? That want of purification has to be submitted. So that submission is called Bhakti. Shraddha and Bhakti. Dedicate and devote. Dedication. So, through dedication and devotion, only this is possible. Once that is done, then the purification is clear. Then what happens? Then we realize, then we are able to come out of our thoughts. That we call it as our thoughts, which we have, you have, it's a self-styled imposer. Who declared it is your thought? Who said it is your thought? You only said that. Nobody said it is your thought. I said, oh, it is my thought. I am thinking. You owned a thought of yours. You owned some thought as yours, so it has become yours. Having owned it, having owned that thought is mine, now you have to nurture it, you have to nourish it, you have to improve upon that. So naturally, you improve it. So you are constantly engaged in that. You see. It is something like saying, my garden, my mango tree, my garden, my mango tree. Is it yours? Garden is full of flowers created by so many others. So many processes are going on. Ultimately what happened? I owned it. Nobody has told. None of the flowers have told it is you. You are the owner of me. Has the plant told you that? No. You have self-imposed ownership on the garden. It is my garden. Because they cannot speak. You know that very well. So you owned it, you see. Thoughts cannot speak to you, so you owned your thoughts very comfortably. Like you're owning the garden. My garden. All these paddy lands are mine. None of the paddy lands can speak. He said, "Hey, fool, before you were born, I saw you were being born. Because paddy land is there since long, you know. Your father used to walk on this side. Before he came, his grandfather was walking on this side. I was belonging to him. Today you are talking that it is you." Unfortunately, the paddy land cannot speak. And I said, it's my garden, my thought. I'm just giving an example, that's all. I am owning unnecessarily my thought. Who told you it is your thought? You only unnecessarily put the burden on saying that it is my thought. Right? Disown it. That's disowning of this thought is called detachment. Learning of detachment. You understood detachment now? Are you detaching from the world? No. You are detaching from your misconception of ownership. It's called detachment. Am I right? I give so much of ahankara, you know. I have got this, I have got this. Not only property, everything. Problems and this also is I. All ownership of the thought. I have owned it, you see. The detachment of that is, how can you detach? You are involved and you are busy in nurturing and nursing and growing that my thought. As I told you about my child, what is a child? Who brings the child? Who has given the prana? I have told this. No? Is it your child? Unnecessarily you put ownership on that. Certified it is only. We buy cows, it's my cow. So long it gives, it's my cow. Once it is told, that Muslim fellow will take it away to cut it. It's no more your cow. In exchange, you got some money, and the cow which you proudly declared and nursed and fed and enjoyed and my cow is no more there. Absolute illusion. Right? My cow. Yeah, we say that. So long it gives the milk, is your cow. The day it stops giving you milk, it's not your cow. My thought gives you milk. Go to the Guru, he makes it dry. So you detach. That's what Guru does. No more attachment to the thought. Why? Because that's not yours. He makes you realize, look, it is not yours. Why do you want to unnecessarily have the ownership of that? See, release it. Nothing is yours. Jnanam is yours. You have become the jnana. So once you have that detachment and devote and dedicate yourself, it's the only way. That's why somebody asked me, I don't know who, somebody in between these days. Can you give me jnana? Who can I give jnana? I am not giving jnana. Constantly jnanam is flowing. River is flowing. If you want, you take the water and drink it. You go and stand by the side of Ganga. Hey Ganga, make me purified because I don't know how to swim. You come on top of me and then flow through me. Hey Ganga will not do it. Will you do it? No. Ganga says, if you want, you jump inside. Then you can get purified. No? Ganga said, come inside. Somebody said, make me, give me jnanam. Jnanam is flowing. If you can, take it. For that dedication and devotion is necessary. Upasana and nididhyasana is necessary. Automatically you perceive it. It's not anybody's ownership there. It's constantly flowing. Nobody restricts that. No. The moment you have the perceiving capacity. Yes. These truths have to be embedded in your mind so that your ahankara will go from you. Your ahankara will go from you. Yes. Yours, that your thoughts, you're this, you're that. No. Just devote and dedicate. That's yours. That is the quality. In all other things you get a reaction. And when you devote and dedicate and do upasana and nididhyasana, you get the response of the Brahman. The moment you get the response, you are connected. Finished. That's all. Now it cannot come back. It's impossible to come back. That is what is required. That's why we have taken our birth. Not to get that entanglement of that the same dirt again and again. That purification capacity, purification process, purification methodology has all been prescribed and given to the whole world as jnanam. It is there, existing. Through the gurus, you attain them. Go through it so that you can be that. I think we will continue which is the sloga? I don't know. 4, 10, 4 we will continue. But it is necessary, these things are absolutely necessary to. Oh, Shanti.